Welcome to the City of Miami Beach Commission Chambers. We're glad to have you with us today. If you require ADA assistance or accommodations, please notify the city clerk or any staff member, and we will be happy to assist you. As a courtesy to everyone present, please silence all cell phones and electronic devices at this time. Lobbyist, your file is properly loaded. When the floor opens for public comment, please step up to the podium, speak clearly into the microphone, and begin by stating your name and address for the on your screen with two options. Select the unmute button to begin speaking. After you finish speaking, mute your microphone and click. A voice operator will prompt you to unmute your microphone by pressing *6. Once unmuted, you may begin speaking. After you finish sharing your comments, be sure to press *9 to lower your hand and *6 to mute yourself. We kindly ask everyone to conduct themselves in a respectful and professional manner throughout today's meeting. Thank you for your cooperation, and thank you for participating in your local government here in the City of Miami Beach.
Please take your seats. The meeting is about to begin. Remember to speak into the microphone, as this meeting is being recorded for public record. Please stand by. We are going on air in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the October 21st, 2025 meeting of the Miami Beach Historic Preservation Board. I'm excited to start this meeting with an introduction to a new board liaison, Michael Belush. And so, Michael, would you like to introduce yourself and take it away?
Sure, thanks, John. So I'm here to replace Debbie Tackett in terms of this role. I've been with the planning department for 23 years now, and actually started back in 2003 to 2013 as a primary staff member to the Historic Preservation.
Members of the public appearing either in person or virtually via Zoom. To participate virtually in today's meeting, the public may dial 1-888-475-4499 and enter the webinar ID, which is 817-4834-7488#, or log in to the Zoom app and enter the webinar ID, which again is 817-4834-7488. If you're wishing to speak on an item, please click the raise hand icon. Shall, prior to appearing, disclose in writing to the city clerk their name, address, and the principal on whose behalf they are communicating. If you're an architect, attorney, or employee representing an applicant or an objector, you must register as a lobbyist.
A superior result in terms of urban planning and benefiting the streetscape. And so we would ask that that condition not be included in the order. I'll turn it over to Enrique Norton. We'd ask for a little additional time, Mr. Chair, and obviously the opportunity to respond and rebut to any comment. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Enrique. Nice to see you.
Great seeing you again. I'm really happy to be back here, after many years. Well, I was here last Thursday, but I wasn't with my colleagues. So I'm really happy to be with all of you again and to be able to present this project this morning. Nissen already mentioned many of the issues, so I don't want to be repetitive about it. But nevertheless, what I would like to emphasize is perhaps why this project, to me at least, it's so important. There's three issues basically. One is obviously the site, which Nissen already referred to. I've known this site for many, many years. I've worked before we did the parking garage that you're all aware that we did for Mr. Cejas. We had worked on another previous project that unfortunately, because of the I would say the economic circumstances of the time, couldn't go through. But I've been sort of knowing and working on this area for, I would say, over 15 or 18 years. So I'm very honored that Mr. Cejas would ask me again to review and revise what we have done before, and now to propose this new sort of condition. The second one is because I do love very much the content.
And how much time would you like to have, Enrique?
I'll do it as fast as possible then.
What's that? Would you like 4 minutes?
Oh.
5 minutes?
Oh, I didn't know I needed to.
No,
Sorry.
just give me a number and we'll do it.
Okay, let's do 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Got it.
Okay.
Hard bargain. Okay, 6 minutes, please.
Okay. So thank you, John. Okay, the second is the content. Like, I really love the program because here I am now working not for the tourists of the city, not for the very, very wealthy of the city, but for the people that really activate this city, which are the workers of the city, that we are providing to them new housing and new opportunities right near where they work. And the third one is obviously working with Paul Cejas, which is such a pillar of this community, and obviously he needs no introduction. This is a fantastic team, working with former Mayor Kasdin, working with Mr. Cejas. It's just I couldn't feel in a better company. I feel really humbled by all of this. I should say that this project really is about two very important things. One is about understanding a part of the history of Miami Beach, which is the modern period of Miami Beach, and which is what a lot of this central core of Miami Beach was built off, and reinterpreting and bringing that modernity into a very contemporary manner. We are committed to create a cutting-edge building, a modern cutting-edge building, or contemporary modern cutting-edge building that will also be absolutely sustainable, both in a environmental manner, but also in a social manner, which is very important. Sustainability goes way beyond only our environment. And the second one is, I would say that this building is about understanding the parameters and the texture of the city. It's about reinforcing its public spaces and reinforcing its original grid. And that's what this building is about. It's not about big gymnastics. It's not about a big big jumps around in and out. It's really about making a very elegant and sophisticated, simple building. Simplicity is a very difficult issue to achieve in architecture, as you all know, and that's what we're thriving for. We have taken into consideration already the recommendations of the staff. I read personally a week ago your recommendations, and we have already, Nissen already referred to the issue of the alley. The alley is absolutely necessary. I'm going to go very fast because you've already seen all these things. We have reviewed and revised the facades, which was an absolutely right comment, and we have added the brise soleils already to the southern facade and maintained the lesser conditions of brise soleils in the northern facade as the staff has recommended. Sometimes it's hard to see those in the renderings, but we've included a section here that shows that introduction. There was an issue about the ramp. In the ramp, there's two issues. One, we need to raise the project because of the new flooding codes of the city, so that requires a ramp for ADA. So we've had to accommodate the ramp where we believe makes the least noise or makes the least harm to the continuity of the city. And I think those were basically the most important issues. So those have been incorporated already. And just to finish this, I still have 2 minutes, but I'll finish early, John. I really think and I believe that the main reason I'm here is, as I said before, this is not the first time I present in front of you. We have had the great privilege to build already several buildings in Miami Beach and in the area. You have been, as a commission, generous enough to give us the opportunity to do so. And I strongly believe that we've never let you down. So I'm here really again to ask you, as we say in Spanish, for un voto de confianza, for another vote of trust. This is going to be a very beautiful building. I have the support of my clients, and it's something that I'm very sure that we will all be very proud of. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I'd just like to add a couple of things.
Sure.
Number one, the addition of the brise soleil that Enrique is talking about are not in your package, but are displayed on the boards here. And this is a modification we're willing, of course, to accommodate based on the staff's comments. The second thing I would like to point out, I think you have already received, there have been endorsements of this project by both the Lincoln Road and the Washington Avenue Business Improvement Districts, both of which view this as critical to the prosperity and stability of those neighborhoods. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Does that conclude the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect, thank you. So, are there any questions for the applicant? We'll go right, Randy, you will put down the line.
On the rendering, trying to find the page.
Can you speak into the, yeah. pull
Oh,
the
I'm
mic.
sorry.
Yeah.
On the rendering, the perspective rendering, page A401, which is the front of the building facing the corner of Washington, it appears the reflections in the windows indicate a lot more railings than I'm seeing on the building elevation-wise. Is the rendering just incorrect?
You're saying the rendering that we are showing you now, or the rendering that's in the
This
package?
one. When you go up the building, it appears there are railings on the top and bottom of every floor.
Yeah, we have new renderings. The thing is that in that rendering that we had sent before, it's very difficult to read those railings because they're very thin, and in the context of the whole building, they don't read very well. So we try to enhance them in the new renderings that are here on the board.
And you have that exact rendering right here in the new version.
Oh, I can't see it from here, I'm sorry.
John?
Okay.
I can't, I'm sorry, Randy, can I?
Go ahead.
Are they, I can't see it, are they vertical pickets or horizontal? Rails.
They're horizontal, they're all horizontal pieces
Aluminum?
of grisolet. They're all horizontal, and they become the railings, but then they go down.
Please speak into the microphone.
Grisolet.
So,
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
sorry. You got to speak into the mic.
sorry.
Is there a hold, is there
Sorry.
a held mic up there too? No? Okay.
Yeah, we have a section here, if you, can I bring it up closer
Is
to
it-
you?
that explains it, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you are showing it correctly, that there is a railing on the top of the balcony as well.
Yes.
That's what it's in the picture, but I couldn't see it in the, okay.
I know,
So there's
I
a
know.
railing across every balcony on the bottom
That's
for the
correct.
normal height required, but then there's also a railing across every top of it.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Thank you.
That's
Also, on the roof, it shows a section of the top of the roof as having a glass railing around the top. And the picture shows just glass railing with a deck, yet your renderings all show landscaping on the entire edge of the roof. Is that truly going to be landscaped around
Yeah,
the
it
outside
will be
edge?
landscape,
On the outside edge of
yes,
the deck?
yes.
Okay. Does that have a glass railing in front of it?
It's possibly it will be a glass railing,
Okay,
so we can see the landscape.
thank you.
Yeah, maybe you can put the mic on the podium and then we can just have that, in case we need to refer to any of these drawings. Ray?
Just for the record, so it's on the record, how many housing units are there going to be? And what is your, you say they're affordable or attainable. I was involved with the Collins Park Workforce Housing that was built, the city's first project. And a workforce price of a studio is $23.85. Now, that's hardly workforce pricing, and I would hate to see you build a building like this that is really unattainable for people to live in, so I'd like further clarification.
This is planned on being a 210-unit rental building. It will be market rate, but there will be the proposed zoning, which will allow this, will also have there will have to be a covenant that prohibits any short-term rentals or vacation rentals on the property, but it will be market rate. I would point out, I think there has been one market rate residential building built in this city in the last 10, 15 years, probably.
Well, you may as well consider the workforce housing building they built in market rate. Okay.
Is that it, right? Yep, you finished? Okay, perfect. Haskell? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen some effort to pay some homage or respect to the Hohauser structure. I don't think of it as insignificant. I also manage for the last 33 years, a Hohauser building that I often compare the two or look at the two as siblings. They share a lot of the same characteristics. The portholes, staff refers to the the horizontal fluting on the original plans to my property. It was referred to as comb stucco. The articulation of the parapet in terms of the undulation, the little nuances. To me, this building's important, and I would like to see some effort to save the facade and a little extra, if that would be possible.
If I may, Mr. Chair, respond?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, was that a question? It
No,
was kind of a
it's
statement,
Oh,
so.
a statement, okay.
What- yeah.
Question.
If there was a question there, then.
Yeah, there's no question.
Okay.
Fair enough.
If
In
you
this
can.
city, sometimes the statements are questions.
I understand. Very, very often, that's why. I just wanted to get through, our just questions to this part, and then we'll have,
Okay.
disclosures, public hearing. Elizabeth?
No, I just want to ask if those elevations, they reflect the new Bristol Soleil or not, because I can't see them here. I saw in the section, but not on these two drawings.
What was it? Sorry, can you repeat it?
So if
Maybe
the-
somebody can hold
Yeah, if-
this closer to us, the rendering that shows the new, with the new Brise Soleil?
Yeah, I can't see the proposed new Bristol Soleil in this drawing.
With your
so
new,
if you
with your
could
mic
show-
turned on. Yeah, let's see. Is your mic on?
But that doesn't show the piece that goes
yeah,
below?
Sure, they're below. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, it's just like the way the rendering is done, it's a little misleading. Okay, sorry, thank you.
And we will still, obviously, study closer and make sure that the Brise Soleil is really working to protect the facade.
Okay. That's it? Thank you. Okay, yep, Lindsay? No questions? And my only question was, can you just talk a little bit more about the two alleys, the alley on Washington and the alley off of and the loading entrance on 16th, and how you think they'd be used?
Those would be the internal service alleys, which would service things such as garbage and other freight loading for this building, as well as the Time Out Market building, the garage.
Right.
Which of course is always a preferred condition, to have that internalized in an alley rather than have another access from a street, particularly pedestrian streets like Washington or
Got it.
Drexel.
So there would be,
Zara.
Yeah,
The Zara store as well.
Sure, sure.
Which of course is now, has been developed into a flagship Zara store.
sure, yeah. And so they both have a gate on them, correct? The one on Washington would be
Correct,
gated.
yes.
Correct.
Would the Washington would it have vehicle access, or would it simply be
Well, there isn't one
pedestrian?
on
There's
Washington.
not Washington.
But I know, there's 16th, but the plan, I thought the plan shows. No, it shows a space between the new building and the existing building to the north of the.
That's
new building.
pedestrian-only
That's,
access.
yes, right,
Yeah,
right.
Right.
Not vehicular.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering, so is it pedestrian for just those who are accessing the loading area?
that's correct.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That was all my questions. So, thank you very much. Now we'll go to board disclosures. Does anybody have any disclosures to make on this project? No, and no. And so we'll open it to public hearing.
At this point, there's nobody online with their hand raised. Is there anybody in the audience who'd like to speak on this application?
Good morning. I'm Julie Isaacson. I'm a member of MDPL's Advocacy Committee, and I'm offering our position on this proposed project. MDPL position of 1600 Washington Avenue. While we appreciate the need for the market rate housing on Miami Beach, we oppose the proposed demolition of the contributing Henry Hohauser streamlined modern building and the design of the proposed apartment building. In 2018, city preservation staff described this building as having a high degree of historic and architectural integrity with only limited modifications. and commended the applicant for proposing to retain and restore it. Now, years later, the same owner says the building cannot be saved. A clear case of demolition by neglect, where they have allowed a previously intact, contributing building to deteriorate to justify its demolition. We believe the proposed building is incompatible with the architectural character of the surrounding historic district. The design lacks articulation, proportion, and contextual sensitivity. The design lacks, the minimal setbacks at the ground level, combined with the height, could lead to a claustrophobic streetscape not appropriate for a dense, walkable neighborhood. The expansive glass facades, particularly the extremely wide elevation along 16th Street, lack any meaningful articulation or design features that would break up the massing. The building reads as a generic modern construction that can be located anywhere, rather than a thoughtfully designed structure that represents its location in the heart of Miami Beach's historic downtown. In contrast, the 2018 approved design incorporated curved elements, eyebrows, and articulated retail that was more compatible with the neighborhood's Art Deco and MIMO character. We are also concerned about the proposed height increase I'm sorry, I had to laugh. That is always an issue. We are also concerned about the proposed height increase from the by right 100 feet to 150 feet, which is contingent on pending legislation. If the board is inclined to consider approval of the design with additional height and FAR beyond what is currently permitted, we strongly urge that significant public benefits be required, including a buffer restricting short-term rentals, an increased proportion of two-bedroom units to accommodate families rather than the predominantly studio and one-bedroom configuration proposed. And most importantly, a design that demonstrates architectural merit and compatibility with the historic district. The applicant has characterized this project as intentionally modest in design to reduce costs. We believe that if our community is to grant additional developmental rights, we should expect architecture of substance that will be valued by future generations, not merely the most generic form possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Annabelle?
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members. Annabelle Yopes, Executive Director of the Lincoln Road BID. I'm here on behalf of the Lincoln Road BID to say how supportive we are of this project. We think it's critical to the growth and future of the district, not just Lincoln Road, but Washington and the surrounding areas. We need more year-round residents. We need young professionals moving into our district that can really service the businesses, the restaurants, the cafes. There's a ton of young professionals who would love to live on a beach in a nice apartment. They work in Mount Sinai, they work in law offices. And this would be one of those really nice areas for them to move into. I also do want to mention the alleyway. As you know, if you don't know, Drexel is under construction right now. It's being renovated. It will become pedestrianized, going from the alleyway where the Time Out Market is going north. So that whole area is really being elevated. We're excited with Zara being a flagship store. We're excited the 400 block is also going to be renovated. So this will really be aligned with what's happening in the area. So I just wanted to say that we're extremely supportive of what is going on here with the residential. Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess that concludes the public comment.
No one's online?
No one's online.
No one's online. All right. So we'll close the public comment. Would you like to speak to any of the?
Yes, sir. Just some brief responses and commentary. Number one, with respect to the buildings that will be demolished, in particular the Hohauser building, the plan that was approved a number of years ago contemplated demolishing most of that building anyway. It was going to move the facade or the front portion, or attempt to move it, and then place it where the alley is. It was not in a condition back then, it was not feasible back then to do that, and it is not feasible today to move it today either. So that's not really, and we certainly don't want to block the alley, which is a necessary service for service. With respect to the building itself as well, and I know, Mr. Novak does own a Hohauser building, and Hohauser was one of the great architects. But you also had the good fortune of that being a corner building where it is highly visible. Yours is not? Well, it's a highly visible one on Collins Avenue. Yeah.
That was a firm, McKay and Gibbs. One of them, I believe it was Gibbs, worked for Hohauser in the 30s.
Well, it's a corner building. This building is buried in the block. In fact, when we presented this to MDPL, one of their committee members said it's a building that is unnoticeable. And so, but the bigger picture here is this is a very important project for this community. And the entirety of the block represents one of the greatest preservation efforts in this town, with Mr. Sayos having restored the facades, restored the lobby of the 420 building. This, under the city's comprehensive plan, is an essential element. We need the additional height, and by the way, I would say, compared to other asks in the city in recent years, this is the legislative side, where we're asking for the height and the FAR increase, is very modest. We're asking for a 0.5 increase in FAR, which is less than 20% increase in what the current FAR allows. We're asking for an increase of height of only 50 feet. So, and the reason why these are being asked for is these were the bare minimums that are required in order to be able to deliver a viable product. The product that was approved before, fewer units, 160 feet, it was not feasible construction, would not have achieved the goal of the city, the vision for Washington Avenue and Lincoln Road, of creating housing to be supportive of that area. We have agreed, as you've seen, as presented by Enrique Norton, to make the changes to create the Brise Soleil for the facade. And the only other thing we would ask is that we, of course, not have to close the alley, which is critical for service. So, we thank you for hearing our presentation and hope you support this most critical project for the future of this downtown of Miami Beach. Thank you.
Can I just ask, you mentioned the alley. I was just going to ask again whether the alley, you envision, because you've got an arrow going out only on 16th now. Right now, you can go in and out on 16th.
Is that what?
Both ways. Okay. It's just on the drawings. It's shown like it's a loop, but then you'd go out on Drexel, and Drexel's pedestrian, so I just didn't know.
Right, because it services all the other uses as well.
And the alley on the north side is labeled courtyard, so I didn't know whether that's like a courtyard for people or a courtyard for like service, and you mentioned it's service. It's got stairs going up, I think, and that too. So anyway, okay.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Just to clarify too, so the access from Drexel will remain, right? There is a service access from Drexel in the plans, correct?
Where it is today,
Right.
yes, and how it always has been.
So there will be access from Drexel.
Oh, you will.
And
Okay.
Washington, and sorry, 16th
And
Street is they're
16th.
proposing.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. With that, we have board member comment. So Ray, would you like to make a board member comment?
Yes. When you say it's only 50 feet taller, that's 1/3 taller. You can't just look at it as 50 feet. And if you want to receive my vote on this for a height increase, you have to add affordability units or you will not get my vote, plain and simple.
And I think just to give the board some general advice on that subject, the board's review of this application is subject to the certificate of appropriateness criteria in the code. The applicant has discussed other aspects of this project, the code amendments that the applicant has filed a private application for, additional proffers relating to short-term rentals. We've discussed the issue of affordability, but ultimately your decision must be made based on the appropriateness criteria.
And Nick,
Which
while
is design.
while we've got you up there, can I ask you a question about the number of votes that we need? Do we need 4 votes for a standard or 5?
Five.
Because we have a contributing building that's being demolished.
Because you have demolition
Exactly.
at all.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for clarifying that.
Excuse me. So,
Yep.
no, just a question for Nick.
And
So
Elizabeth.
the-
just to clarify mine, you're looking for a height variance.
No, we're
That's-
not seeking a height variance. We're seeking, the only thing that's before this board today is the approval of the design and the demolition of the one building. The height increase and the FAR increase are legislative matters which are being considered by this, will be considered by the city commission.
Elizabeth, you had a follow-up with Nick, did you?
No, so maybe I
Okay.
should ask.
Okay, well, we'll get around to everybody. Did you have anything, can you, if we go through the,
Yeah,
would you
just-
like to go next? Since you have your mic on and you
Sure,
seem ready to go?
Sure. Neeson, you mentioned 0.5 FAR increase, but that is slated to take place along the entire Washington Avenue corridor south to 15th Street, correct?
Well, actually, the proposed Washington overlay contemplates a higher increase in FAR for the rest of Washington Avenue up to 4.0. This would actually be less, significantly less than is proposed even in the Washington overlay.
And the height it would be 15 stories regardless of the,
Our height would be.
going south as well.
No, I think, I don't know off the top of my head what the height proposed is.
I
in the
think it's
overlay.
75 to 100 feet. It's not, the only block that can go to the 150 feet is this block, which is part of the Central Core District.
Right, but the FAR they're seeking is significant, for the overlay, significantly higher. We're seeking the minimum, I hope this doesn't become sort of no good deed goes unpunished. We could do live local. The Washington Avenue overlay provides for significantly higher FAR. We're just trying to do the minimum necessary to be able to create a market rate rental building. And that's the context I would hope that everyone could appreciate.
That's correct. Just to clarify, that this area would have the least amount of FAR increase. Further down on Washington Avenue, the proposal would raise it from 1.5 to 4.
Right.
1.5 to 2 to 4. So the rest of Washington Avenue and the CD2 would have a much more dramatic increase in proposed FAR, doubling effectively.
So is this CD2 or CD3?
This is CD3.
And would that increase be voted on by the commission only, or would it have to go to a public referendum?
That's only the city commission.
Okay.
All right, back to the Hohauser structure. I would still like to see some effort to retain the, the south elevation and a portion of the east elevation just beyond the eyebrow over there, if that's possible. It's certainly doable. That building is not an imminent threat, or that portion of the building is not an imminent threat to the public.
Well, all right.
And that's something that
I
could
understand.
feasibly be done.
I understand and appreciate it, but our engineer is saying actually that wouldn't be feasible to be done.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Novak.
Good morning.
The building is in bad shape. And from a testing point of view, where we tested for the compressive strength of concrete, and we were getting numbers about 1,500 PSI.
Hashem, you can change columns, you can change tie beams. I'm not asking for very much, and that's done regularly.
Yeah, okay. If we're going to change columns, change tie beams, change walls, of
I'm
course,
just
of course
talking
you, of
about
course
a
you can do
small
it.
portion of the structure.
I understand. I would leave that to the architects of the project. It's not my place to say what what should we do. But from an assessment point of view of the existing conditions of the building is in bad shape.
Okay.
All right. Did you have more?
Not at this
Okay,
time.
all right. Pascal?
On A302, on sheet A302, the building height is really 170 feet. It's not 150, right? Correct?
I think, I don't have it in front of me, but that's probably measuring it from NGVD.
No, yeah,
It is
170
NGVD.
feet.
Can you pull it up?
NGVD.
Can we pull up the drawing?
The height, he's talking about, which page?
Sheet, drawing sheet A-302. That would be the view from Washington Avenue, I think.
Give us one moment.
I think it's actually Drexel, but it's on the,
Which one you looking
I think it's Drexel, but it's still the same. Through 16,
it's
going up. yeah.
Correct.
That one?
A302.
Nevertheless, it's still 170.
The building is 150 feet. What is the question exactly?
Well, A302, can we pull up A302 on
The roof of
the,
this structure is 170 feet, not 150.
let's just look at the drawing together,
Is that-
and make sure we're reading it correctly.
Then that's measured from the sidewalk.
The rooftop is at 159 in GVD, and then obviously 9 in GVD is ground level of the building, so that would be 150, right?
And you start measuring height from, at base
At
flood
NGVD,
elevation,
base flood elevation plus 1.
plus 1, right. So
It's
that's
150 feet. The building is 150 feet. What you're talking about is the elevator overrides?
Can we look at the
raised
drawing
deck?
together? Can we
Okay,
can we
sure.
just look at the drawing
Which-
together? It's not that one. It's this.
A-302.
I don't know if you have that in this.
We don't have, we have the presentation.
It's not in the. It's not in the presentation.
We don't have the package. We have the presentation.
And of course, you're allowed projections.
There you go. There you go. That's the one.
So around the 8th floor, it shows the 150 feet. It's represented on the drawing, I guess is my point.
So what you're showing is the rooftop at 159 feet NGVD, which is base flood elevation.
116.
I'm looking at a
169.
drawing that says rooftop 169 feet 8 inches NGVD.
Yeah, that's the top.
Essentially, that's the equivalent of 17 stories.
Right
So
here.
if we have a height, maximum height in the area of 100 feet.
So just to clarify, we measure the height from the base flood elevation here plus 1 to the top of the roof deck. That's the 150.
Right.
The code also allows up to 25 feet beyond that for parapet walls, elevator enclosures, stairwells, things like that. So that does not count against the measure of the overall height.
Do we currently allow 120 feet?
You're,
No.
gentlemen, yes. The
Do we
building is
currently allow
150.
120 feet?
Currently, the code allows for 100 feet.
Okay.
And,
Right.
and so this should be 150 feet, and as height is measured is from base flood elevation, and then you have the allowable projections above.
Jose, yeah. Can you help us, Jose? Can you just help us read the
Explain, yeah.
elevation? Yes,
Let me
thank you.
explain. If you're looking at this drawing
Yeah,
here, there are 2 dimensions. Number 1 is 150 feet. You see the dimension line from base flood elevation plus 1 to the top of the roof. That's 150. What you're seeing, 161 or 159, is NGVD.
Right.
That's not the height of the building. That is the measurement that is above sea level. So you're 150 feet as per the code.
So if we add up, there are 2 sets of numbers. There's a, and this is just so the public can
You
understand how
can
to read
add them
this.
up.
No, but if you've got 2 sets of numbers, you've got the floor, you've got the 14 feet 8 inches, then 9 feet 8, 9 feet 8, 9 feet 8, 9 feet 8, going all the way up. If you add those up on that side, you'd be at 150 feet. That's what I
That is
wanted you to-
correct.
Yeah,
That
okay.
is correct.
So that you just need to add to that the 9 feet, that's the 9 feet, that's the base flood
Sea
elevation
level.
plus 1, and there is another 10-foot 8, that's from the roof deck
Correct.
and to
That's
the top
correct.
of the bulkhead.
Correct.
That's correct.
Correct. Thank you.
All right.
No, it's good, it's good. We all need lessons in these with the NGVD and NAVD.
I'm not sure that we need lessons in that. My point is, if I'm standing at the street level, I'm looking at a 17-story building, not a 150-foot 150-foot building. That's number one. Number two, what is the 0.5 FAR increase translate into in terms of square footage on the building?
I'm not sure exactly. It's 0.5, it's probably the property size.
What was the question?
Lot size is, how much is the lot? 30,000 is the lot size. Okay, so it would be about 30,000 square feet additional.
30,000 square feet. And what's the footprint of the building?
16, I think the land is about 16,000 square feet.
So essentially, that's
There are some setbacks.
That's essentially 2 floors, 2.5, 2 floors.
I mean, I would repeat that this project isn't feasible without being able to attain this. And it is, as Mr. Belushi has pointed out, is much less than the Washington Avenue overlay proposes in terms of increased FAR. It's really the minimum necessary. And then this comes with the zoning when it's adopted. If it's adopted, will come with the covenant to have no short-term rentals. You can't have a hotel there. It has to be residential. So there's so many important benefits.
Excuse me, could you please elaborate on why do you say this is the minimum necessary? I mean, we have a lot of people listening to this conversation, so I think it's good to clarify that.
Well, that's an important point. And this has been analyzed very closely by Ambassador Seijas and his team. And they have to achieve a certain number of units at a certain cost in order to make the development of this housing feasible. Prior proposals, which looked at shorter buildings and fewer units, did not work. And so, if I may, some people are coming forward to this city and proposing this could be a live local project. And so what Ambassador Seijas is trying to come in with is really the minimum necessary in order to be able to make a viable residential project. Commissioner Fernandez, of course, has proposed his Live Better, which is how can we change the city code to facilitate more residential housing, rental housing, without it being what Live Local would allow. This is, in many respects, is the poster child for that. If this project can't be approved and happen, then I don't think there's an alternative between what we have today and Live Local. And so
Thank you for allowing us to present this. There've been a lot of valid questions, and I wanted to tell you why this from the heart, that this is why I would look for a compromise, because I have to still leave